Hey family, hello my queens, hello my kings. I just recorded a video not too long ago. I haven't uploaded yet, so be on the lookout for that one. Okay, it's called Master the Energy That Is Within. That's definitely a very important video for anyone who's trying to discipline themselves and try to master themselves, especially uh, those of you who have had a spiritual awakening. All right. It's something that anybody can do, but one must get to that place of making their mind up and saying, you know what, I want to get to that place of having something that I want that I want. I gotta change something to get what I never had. You get it? So anyway, before I get started, I want to give all honor to the Most High God, the true living God, Yahweh. Let me say this, family. This video right here won't be long. But I think it's very important. It's very important for those of you who, I can't speak for everybody, all right? But for those of you who have come into that place of being real sensitive, whether you're an empath, you've had a spiritual awakening, you, especially for those whose spiritual eyes have awakened, all right? Now, what I'm going to talk about is very important. It is very important. Your sister Q, I did something that I know I should not have done. Let me say this real quick. When I was real young, in my teenage years, and even in my early 30s, well, my early 20s, you get what I'm saying. I used to love horror movies, all right? I loved them since I was little. And I always wonder why my grandmother would never watch a horror movie. She just would never watch them. And, I wouldn't be surprised if her spiritual eyes were awakened. She just never talked about it. Um, but anyway, um, looking back over my life, I see why she didn't care for horror movies. It wasn't so much of, her having nightmares, but knowing what I know now, I know why she didn't really care for them. A lot of people don't anyway, but she has a little Alzheimer's right now, so I can't really talk to her like used. I can't really talk to her like I used to. But anyway, uh, me being at the place that I am now, I do not watch horror movies anymore. I do still love action movies and sci-fi movies. I will still watch them, but horror movies dealing with like ghosts and demons, haunted house, um, those killing movies, like those slasher movies. You know what I'm talking about. I don't do those, all right? I don't do those. Your sister don't do those anymore. Now, I officially stopped last year. Even though I knew better, I still went and saw. I forgot the name of the movie, but I'm sure a lot of you know what I'm talking about. This movie came out last year. I went with my son, who was at the time 17. Yeah, he still don't mind hanging with mom. Sometimes me and him go to the movies, and that's a blessing. God, it's hard to get a 17-year-old to hang with their parent. But my son, he's a good kid, and so I'm grateful for him. But anyway, um, he and I had went and saw this horror movie that came out last year. I forgot the name of it. I think it started with an S, I think. And it was dealing with a family that had moved into a house. And the house, the house was inhabited with something dark, shall I say. And it was a good movie, and I did enjoy it. I did, but like I said, I've always enjoyed watching horror movies. But let me say this real quick about the movie. So you know why I'm bringing this up. Now, family, you know me. Here I am. You know, I've had the spiritual awakening. My spiritual eyes are open, and I'm sitting up here, you know, watching a horror movie. Now, one must be careful when your spiritual eyes are open. You have to be careful what you're seeing, because your eyes are windows to the soul. You know, it's a window. Your ears, you know, whatever you're listening to, you know, that's an opening as well. And and as well as what come out of your mouth, you gotta be careful. You gotta speak life instead of death, you know, whether it be over your life or over people's. But the point I'm trying to make is I should have known better. Here I am watching this movie. Like I said, about a family moving to this house, and which was inhabited by a dark spirit. Got to find out it was something very, very, very demonic. Um, but you know, I watched the movie and I enjoyed it because I've been known to watch movies like this. Now, that night when I was getting ready to go to bed, you know, let me mind you that normally I'm not seeing any kind of shadow figures or anything dark because I pretty much, and it's an everyday, process, you know, as far as, your heart, guarding your eyes, you know, your thoughts, as far as it reflects what you see when you go within. So anyway, here I am watching this horror movie, taking all of this in, watching it as without, so within you get it. And so when I go to sleep that night, I started noticing, and this is before I went like into a deep, deep sleep. Cause I'm always conscious when I close my eyes. I'm always conscious, you know what's going on around me. And here they come, those dark little forces, those dark little entities, you know, whether you want to call them demons or whatever. Here they go, you know. I call them little harassing. It's another name I want to use, but I'm not going to go there. But you know, they can be very intimidating, and you don't want them getting too close to you because the energy is very, very dark. This has been my experience dealing with them. So here I am starting to see them. I'm like, why am I seeing them? You know, why are they showing up for? You know, 'cause I know how my walk has been. You know, why am I seeing them for? And I thought about it. Oh, you dummy. We know when you watch TV, they tell you, even these devices, you know, devices carry energy. You know, energy travel in and out of these devices as well on TV, all right? Even when you go to the movies, you're watching these movies, you know, especially a movie such as what I was looking at. Like I said, I can't remember the name of it, and maybe that's a good thing because I'm not really trying to advertise it anyway. But still, by me watching it, it triggered something within me and stirred up something dark within me, you know, that which it was stirring up that is within me, you know. I was seeing that within myself and I wasn't liking it. Here I am seeing all these little dark, you know, entities showing up again, and they had something for me. What I was seeing on TV, they was projecting it to me, you know, pretty much trying to operate on my fears, and I picked up on it. I knew what they were doing, and I put a break on. I put the word on them. I rebuked them, and which the word will make them flee. Okay, whether many of you, you know, agree with me or not, at this point, I don't care because I know what I know. The dark forces do not like the word, all right? They do not like the word. They will flee in a heartbeat, as well as some other names, you know, like Jesus and Yeshua. They don't like all that. They will flee. This has been my experience, and the only way you would know unless you go within yourself, and hopefully you won't see them, but if you do, your sister's already giving you some advice, all right? You better use one or the other. But anyway, because, you know, those spiritual wickedness high places got something for you. They got something for you. But anyway, so here they are projecting all my worst fears based on what I was seeing by watching that movie. And did it bother me? Yes, it did. Yes, it did, because I did my best try not to project a lot of fear because those dark forces feed off of fear. They feed off of it. And so I had to get a grip and put on my armor, my armor of God, put my armor on, the breastplate of righteousness, the helmet of salvation, sword of the spirit. I had to put it on, and I had to go to battle because it was pretty much like a spiritual warfare that was going on. But it was all my fault. I should have known better. Now, it's one thing if your spiritual eyes are not awakened, the worst thing can happen to you is that you have a nightmare. That's the worst thing that can happen to you. But when your spiritual eyes, and this is the only reason I'm bringing this up, because I care, family. I care. Please know I care, because I didn't have to make this video. But when your spiritual eyes, family, start to awaken, be careful of what you're looking at, all right? Be careful what you're looking at, what you're taking within yourself, because when you go within yourself, let me tell you, the spirit realm got something for you. It got something for you. If it's like, the only way I can describe it is, it's like, because in the spirit realm, it knows all things. And it's like, if you're watching this, it's like you're accepting it, and so it projects what you're looking at. You know what I'm saying? And here I am, knowing that in real life, I don't want no parts of that darkness, as far as, dealing with demons and, haunted houses and all of that, because my home is blessed, all right? My home is blessed. And there is no way that I would want that in my home, but here I am watching it. So this is my home too. This is my temple. And when I go within, I want to feel safe. I want to feel peace and all of that. But by me watching that, I'm not projecting that. You know what I'm saying? It's like what I was seeing was being magnified within myself. And like I said, they had something for me. So not only was I seeing them, but it was also projecting images that I was seeing while watching that movie. And it was not pretty. And I don't know, for some reason, I cannot think of the name of the movie, but it started with an S. It started with an S. But anyway, it was in the movies last year. But anyway, the point I'm trying to make is, family, be careful what you're looking at, okay? The eyes are the window to the soul, and it definitely reflects, what you are, and it just reflects your inner being, your truth. You know, as a man thinketh, so is he. And that is the truth. That's in the word. But if you want that peace, you have to guard your eyes. You have to guard your ears, what you're hearing, and you have to watch what you say. That's why, when people disagree with me, I don't hate on them. If don't nobody like me, and I can sense energy. If I sense that you're jealous of me, or you don't like me for whatever reason, I sense it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it. Instead of thinking negative of you, I'm going to pray for you, and I'm going to say bless you, and I'm going to keep it moving. All right, that's how your sister operate. I have to, in order to have positive experiences. It's all about love. I don't care what nobody say. It's not about division. I'm telling you that right now. It is not about division, especially when you're trying to master yourself and you're trying to go within the spirit realm. You're trying to go within the spirit realm to get to those higher realms. You cannot be about hate. You cannot be about yourself, thinking selfish. No, 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 no. It don't work that way, boo. It don't work that way. You got to be about love, period. Just have a pure love, a heart that's lighter than a feather, and know this. That's what the Most High God looks for. He looks at your heart. He not looking at this container. We can all be deceived from the outer appearance, but it's about what's going on with you within. So your sister, in order for me to constantly have that peace within and to see my beautiful family of light, I have to guard what I'm looking at. So that's the point I'm trying to make, family. I didn't mean to go on and on and on, but I wanted to go in depth so you would understand the words coming out of my mouth, and it give you something to think about. All right, we have free will out here. I'm not trying to brainwash you. Please know that. And a lot of you know that. You know that. I'm just speaking my experience, my truth. And like I said, I had this experience last year. I didn't talk about it. I didn't want to talk about it, to tell you the truth. Because I definitely learned from it. And that's the main thing, learn from it. All right. But I won't be doing that anymore. I'm leaving the horror movies, the ghost movies, these movies, dealing with haunted houses and all of that. Even these little TV shows talking about haunting and all of that. No, 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 no. I'm not fooling with that either. Because even though you're in the comfort of your home and you're watching it on TV, please know they are dealing with some real forces, with some real dark forces, and you don't want that mess being transferred in your home. Okay, you don't want that, and it can happen. All right, that's the time we're living in. Energy being transferred to and fro from these electrical devices. So please keep that in mind, family. Okay, I don't want anybody manifesting anything that is within outwardly, and it can happen. All right, your sister, I'm at the point now, not only do I see my family of light within, but I see them outwardly. So do you think I would really want to see something dark out here? No, 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 no. No, I don't want that. And you know what? I couldn't blame nobody but myself. So please keep that in mind. Now, do I still like my action movies and my sci-fi? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. That doesn't bother me. It just, like I say, these killing movies, stab, cut them up. You know what I'm saying? Movie that's just dark, that's promoting killing and that's dealing with the spirit, with the spirit realm. If I was you, be careful watching those kind of movies. All right, be careful what you're biting within yourself, what your eyes is taking in. All right, because these carnal eyes, please know within yourself, these carnal eyes is taking everything in, and your mind, your thoughts, you're taking all of this in. And when you close your eyes, please know, if you want to have a positive experience, I suggest you stop watching those kind of shows. But the choice is yours at the end of the day. I've done my part. I prayed about it, and I know, how it had affected me. And I don't want, anyone to be caught off guard. You be so caught off guard, because some of you, I don't even know if any of you are reading the word, if you know any scriptures, but you be so caught off guard that you don't have any word to rebuke what you're seeing. If you're not surrounded in light, and just be caught up in Christ, period. Christ, the love of Christ, be caught up in, be surrounded in his love and his light. I don't know what kind of protection you have over you, but to nip it all in the bud, back off from a lot of what you are looking at that's dark. Okay, and please also know, be careful what you're listening to. All right, because that can affect you as well. So I thank you for checking me out. I love you all in Christ. And please know, your sister don't know everything. No, I do not. But I know what I know. I'm only speaking from my experience, my testimony. And may it be a blessing and help somebody. Keep you from making the mistake that I made. God, repeat, and please know you're waking up. You're becoming enlightened. You're becoming very sensitive, so you got to be mindful of that. You got to be mindful of that. Be careful. Be careful what you're looking at. The eyes are the window to the soul. You want it to reflect the light, not the darkness. Peace to you, and thank you for checking me out. Bye for now.